So Charlotte Van Horn and I have been watching each other for a long time. And neither one of us can remember exactly when we met, right? But you all are in for a treat because Charlotte Van Horn is doing things in Panama on the next level. So how did we first connect? Do you remember?
I think I first connected with you when I found Rosalind Bartel.
Oh yeah,
Rosalind Bartel, you know, she is the great connector.
Sure.
Okay, and I always, when I say her name, I always got to give her props because, you know, one of the things when we started our tours, Black Expats in Panama, Cultural Relocation Tours, you know, we started like in the height of COVID.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, Black Expats in Panama went into the track of tours when George Floyd was murdered in front of us.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you figure COVID got started good in March. That was May. That was Memorial Day weekend, May. I'll never forget it. And anyway, when I decided to do this tour, everybody told me, don't go to Colón. And I just knew in my spirit that I needed to go to Colón, and I hadn't been to Colón in 14 years, so I was hoping I wasn't wrong. And it turns out, of course, that Colón is one of the things that definitely set us apart with regard to being a relocation company. But I'll have to be honest with you. You know, Rosalind Bartel is, you know, this Jewish girl from Nolens.
Sure.
And, you know, lives in Colón and has lived there with her husband for a lot of years. She was the first person that I heard speak positively about Colón. Okay. And that is how I ended up connecting with you.
Okay.
Because she had she had sent me a message on Facebook because I was near her. She saw me with a group near her marina. And I was like, who is this? Who is this white lady? and then I looked her up and I saw something where you and her were talking. And I believe that is how I saw you.
Okay.
And then she probably told you that you needed to get in touch with me or something. And then somehow I had never really met you. And we had that interview.
Yeah.
We had that interview.
That's right. We hadn't met yet.
We hadn't met yet. I don't think we met until one of your networks.
I got to pause.
Okay.
You do not know this lady yet. If you do know her, then you know her well because Charlotte, you are incredible. I think that it's worth sharing your story and kind of how you got to where you're at because guys, Charlotte runs things in Panama. You really do.
Oh.
And even though these tours started in, you know, during the pandemic, as you mentioned, my goodness, how many people have you brought down here and just to Panama? I'm not even talking about the rest of these tours she's doing. We
are probably at, I don't know, maybe 450, 500.
I love it.
And a lot of that, really, it might be more because this year in 2025, on our tours, we brought in like about 260 people.
In just 1 year?
In 1 year. And then the year before, it was 109.
Okay.
So things are triple. Yeah, things are really, and they don't seem to be slowing down, which I'm very grateful about that. I'm very grateful about that.
Well, I think we have the benefit of A, you know, people know us and like us, but B, Panama's hot right now.
Yeah.
Like that.
I just said that today, Ken.
Yes,
I just said that
Panama's
today.
Panama's trending.
Yes.
So
it is.
Yeah. You know, you are one of few people that have come down here and truly built a business, not just a channel and I'm kind of trying to do this thing on the side. You are fully into this. What do you think? How are you making it and everybody isn't? What else is going? What are you doing? I could probably say 100 things in terms of how you run your show. And by show, I mean operation. But yeah, I mean, if somebody's out there maybe watching right now and thinking, well, I'd like to start a business in Panama, what advice would you give to them?
I think probably the main difference between me and others that come here to do stuff is that I didn't start it for money.
Sure.
And I don't chase money.
Okay.
Money chased me.
Hey,
Understand?
Let's go.
And I believe that people nowadays, you know, I'm almost 62, and but I believe that authenticity is the new sexy.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why I'm very sexy. And I think authenticity is the new sexy. Peace is the new prosperity.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at. And I feel like people
Peace,
peace like
internal peace.
Yes.
Spreading peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
the whole peace
wealth
thing. Like
as well.
being good, exactly.
Yeah.
Being good with who you are and what you're doing,
Yep.
and just appreciating the life that you have. Coming from the United States, which is so, weird, let's just say,
Yeah.
at this time, and being able to woosah, and that's what, and sometimes you got to watch me because,
What is the word? Woosah?
Woosah.
Just breathe.
Like, yes, just,
Okay.
Just exhale, just relax.
Mm.
A lot of times when Black expats come here, the prospective Black expats come here, the first thing I need to tell them is relax.
Yeah.
Because we don't even know how uptight we are. And but once they're here for a few days, they don't want to leave. The vibe is different. The air is different. The energy is different. And so having that kind of peace in your life is very important.
Yeah.
And people are choosing it over money.
Yeah. And I think that's such a true observation about business as well. If you do it for the motivation of helping others,
Yes.
creating an environment or a transaction or a service that is offered in peace and trying to maintain harmony throughout, like
Yes.
that corresponds to income, because people are looking for that, and it's not easy to do. You got to keep all
It's blessings.
Yeah.
And I don't, when you're on my tour, I love the Lord. Okay. And that is just who I am.
Sure.
And what I believe, I don't impose it on you when you come on my tour. But if you ask me, how I've been able to achieve so much, I have to give God the glory.
Always.
Because at the end of the day, I am not this bright. He gives me witty ideas and inventions.
Right.
He helps me discern who I need to have in my corner. Sometimes, it takes a little while before you see, okay, maybe that was just a season.
Sure.
But in any event, I rely on his guidance for the things that I do. And I try to keep my prices reasonable.
Yep.
For the level of quality and value that you get on a Black Expats in Panama Cultural Relocation Tour compared to the double occupancy price at this time of $1,850. People are blown away.
Yeah.
They don't believe
Everything
what they're
they
getting.
get. Yeah.
Yes, it's like precision. The team is amazing. And at the end of the day, with other businesses that I've had, people say you don't charge enough, but I don't let people tell me what to charge.
There you go.
Okay. And when I am doing business, I always have a mission. And when you have a mission for your business, it helps you say yes or no. So when you're approached, because I get approached with a lot of different things.
Sure.
Does it enhance or help to move your mission along? Does it collaborate with your mission?
Yeah.
Or is it just something else? If you don't have a mission, you can't
Like a
make
bright
that
light.
decision.
I'm chasing shiny objects.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I don't say yes to everything.
Yeah.
So
what is the mission? What is the stated mission?
The mission is to bring as many people to Panama to experience the opportunity. You don't have to move to Panama.
Expose them.
But what I want you to know is that just because you come from maybe a humble background,
sure,
doesn't mean that you cannot be an expat somewhere. And I'm talking directly to you. And look, I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm going to TD Jakes on you. But I'm telling you, I want people to see this.
Yeah.
I'm from Jersey, but I'm from the real Garden State. You understand?
Okay.
So I grew up in a very rural place. We didn't have a lot of money by any stretch of the imagination, but we always had a good life. My mother was amazing. But at the end of the day, I didn't think I needed a passport. because I thought the U.S. was the best thing ever, and there was no need for me to go anywhere else for any other reason. So I know whenever you feel a certain way, Kent, you can believe that there's another whole population out there that feel that way. So I keep my prices reasonable because I want to appeal to that person.
Yeah.
I want you to know
to show them that it's possible.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
That's awesome.
That's it. And so you don't even have to go all the way.
Yeah.
But just for yourself to check out something different, to come where the environment is safe.
Yeah.
You're safe. You're surrounded by people who a lot of people are experiencing this whole relocation tour system and situation. Everybody's kind of doing it together.
Yeah.
And you come into a family. And I think that was part of my mission too.
Yeah.
To get people off of the internet and into real life spaces.
And in a group setting.
Yeah.
Like one thing is engaging with a lawyer directly or engaging with a guy like us in real estate directly, but going as there's safety in numbers, right? Because you can talk to the people you're going with. And so for you, to let you know, I just participated in my first ever Black Expat, the Beep Tour, Black Expats in Panama. Charlotte has named us the official real estate agency. Took you long enough, but I'm glad we're there. But that's not what this is about. This is about kind of what you've built and who you are addressing. And what I can tell you is, and you saw me up on that stage. So here's the format. Okay. You sign up for this tour and you get what, 5 days, 6 days?
5 days.
5 days. Yeah. 5 days.
From the first, usually starts on the 1st and ends on the 5th.
Okay. So you come in on the 5th, and on that night, you have a welcome dinner.
Yes.
And that is when it hit me. I'm looking out over a sea of black faces from all over the country, U.S., mostly U.S. But we had, on that tour, we had folks from Haiti. We had folks from, Haitian backgrounds in the U.S. Yes. A lot of Jamaican. Yep. So, and that was just B43. But what I heard that night, Charlotte, blew me away. And you saw me up on stage kind of doing the intro after hearing what black folks are going through in the U.S., waking up in the morning with kind of a fight or flight, like instinct.
Yes.
Like, white dude, 46 years old, clueless on what it's like to wake up in the U.S. as a black person in a lot of places there, maybe everywhere in the U.S. I don't know. Hopefully not Hawaii. Yeah, you never know. But the point is, people are going through some stuff up there.
Yes.
And you are creating a pathway for them to see, hey, this is not how you have to be forever. Right. You are not locked into this spot.
You're not.
And that's so beautiful. I saw you as almost a shepherd, showing people like, hey, come here, follow me, watch what I'm doing down here. Let me put you with other people so you can see. And everyone goes off on their own and does their own thing, but you start together and you have that safety.
Yes.
And with your protection of the people you've chosen to work with, Charlotte, oh my gosh, has amazing medical professionals, amazing legal professionals, amazing people in insurance, and us, regular hardworking, blue-collared real estate folks. And just to step into that, be like, all right, these are the people you need to work with is a huge advantage. Yeah. So yeah, I think that model you built is so great. Golly, what else do people need to know? What do you think we should?
Well, I want to say, since you're talking about the professionals and everything.
Yeah.
Being selected to be a professional on our team.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal because I take it very seriously. Like you said, black people from the United States, we're going. It's a special time right now.
Yeah.
We're going through a lot, and we always have, but we always survive. And
Yep.
I'm optimistic.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? This is, I call it Jim Crow 2.0,
Yeah.
but we are not Jim Crow 1.0 Negroes.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of the day, you know, we are going to push back. We are going to survive. We're going to draw from what we need. But I need for people on our team and who work with us to understand that we're coming with stuff, you know, and to understand that, you know, we may not want to hear how much you love the United States right now.
Sure.
Because we just paid a little bit of money,
The hell out
you
of
know
it.
what I mean, to see how we can get about.
Sure.
Okay, so being sensitive to those kind of things, and, you know, just being teachable. I don't expect you as a white man at 46 to know everything about Black people, but I do expect people that we work with to be able to accept my, you know, gentle reminders that you might not want to say that at this time,
Yeah.
you know, because we're learning each other. And the thing about Black people is that we're very relational. We're very relational. The reason you're so successful, and you are very successful, and when I decided it was time to have a new real estate team, you know, I've always adored you.
Aw.
You know, it just wasn't our time.
Sure.
You know, God's time is
God's
everything.
time is everything.
But at the end of the day, to do myself and my clients a service, I said, well, you know, I really like Kent.
Hey.
Okay, but
And Matthew.
is he really all that?
Right.
I mean, like, what is he doing? Like, how does he rate
Sure.
alongside other possible realtors
Right.
in this town?
And there are
and
a
there
few.
are a lot of
Yes,
them,
yes.
and a lot of them have approached me.
Sure.
And so, first of all, you're likable, and
Thank
I
you.
like you. And when I tell them that I'm
Let's
working
make sure
with
the
you,
mic is picking up. I'm gonna put my mic over here too. Keep going.
when I tell them that I'm working with you now, they're like, I like him.
Hey.
They always say that.
All right.
And I talked about authenticity,
Yep.
and I think that you have that too.
Thank
So I
you.
think that we work well together because of that. You know, you can say, look, girl, you know, and I can say, can't look.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I did some research on you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Because I'm just like, I don't like keep hopping in and out of relationships.
Sure.
Okay. And so I'm only 5 years into this business. And the team one of the tour guide on my team in Colombia, he said, you would think you were doing this for 45 years.
Yeah.
You know, because we got it down, you know.
Turn right.
But what I wanted to do was I wanted to do a little more due diligence in the company that I would work with next.
Sure.
And so I chat GPT your tail. Okay. Oh, yes, I did. And
Yes.
I did things like, you know, the best in the city and stuff like that. Kent, baby, you was in there every
Let's
time.
Go. Oh,
You were.
Amen.
And it really solidified that, you know, it was more than, you know, I like you and I like you, you like me. You
Sure.
know, it was a good choice probably and a quality choice for my people. And I always go for quality, even if things change and I decide to make a move. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that quality was a problem, because, you know, if it was, it certainly wasn't when I start, because I'm always going for the best for my people.
Yeah.
And I have no shame and no apologies when I got to get people together about my people. Period.
Well, it's your reputation. You know,
That's it.
I mean,
It's my
as soon as you make that
brand.
intro,
Yes.
they are tied to you.
That's it.
Let's talk about your brand for a second.
Okay.
Because,
okay.
fun fact, Charlotte and I are very cool, and we've been hanging out well before we turned on this camera. You just had some big news today.
Yes. Totally.
Tell the world.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I got my latest trademark today, and it is Worldwide Black Expats. ... Okay, and for those of you who are in business or want to do business, if you're serious about it, make sure you have a trademark person, you know, because you want to protect your stuff. You know, I have a portfolio of trademarks. And I have a few more that are pending that I hope, I'm blessed with for the New Year's too, because I just got that one. That one was just registered today.
That's crazy.
It's a great feeling.
Man, it's like another layer of protection.
Yes.
And also probably a little push to be like, okay, well,
Let's
go worldwide.
Let's do it.
But you're already worldwide. You do tours in Africa, Ghana.
Yep.
Right?
Ghana.
South Africa. Brazil. Panama. Colombia. Okay.
I've been.
Are we going for another one?
Egypt.
Okay.
I've done Belize.
Okay.
And I think that's all I can think of.
And why did you discard those two?
Well, Egypt, I don't care if I never visit again.
Fair.
Okay.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. I don't. People have tried to say, "Oh, I want to go to Egypt." I really don't want to go to Egypt. If I change, I will. But there's a difference between culture and relocation.
Yes.
Okay, and so my tours kind of vacillate between that. I am Charlotte Van Horn. Charlotte Higginbotham Van Horn is the creator of the Cultural Relocation Tour.
Damn.
There were cultural tours.
Yep.
And there were relocation tours. There were not any cultural relocation tours. So in other words, with our tours, there's always got to be a cultural component.
Sure.
I just am working on a video today where I talk about Black history.
Okay.
And Black history is everywhere you go. Some places will have more than others.
Right.
However, it's not on the menu. So when you're going to any place besides Africa or mainly Black nation, the Black history is not going to be on the menu. You got to ask for it. You're going to learn about the Panama Canal, but will you really learn about what the Panama Canal meant to Caribbean folk, West Indians that were here and built it and lost their lives? People talk about the Panama Canal in very, very, very rushed terms.
Sure.
But it is a big part of the Black Panamanian experience here, that Panama Canal.
Were there, sorry to interrupt, were there Caribbean representatives that came down to do the railroad too, before the canal?
I don't know what there were, but I don't know that there was the number.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, I'm not real smart about the railroad.
Okay.
But I learned more about the Panama Canal piece.
Sure.
But the Panama Canal, that opened in 1903 or 1904, something like that. But it's a whole history. And Panama, one of the things that I think is very attractive about Panama for Black people is that, especially coming from the environment that we're in the United States, we don't stand out. We look like Panamanians. We look like Black Panamanians.
Yeah.
If I didn't open my mouth, people speak Spanish to me and totally expect me to speak Spanish back. Like, I know what I'm talking about. When I say, hola, ¿cómo estás? They be like, oh, okay. So we blend in, and I really have enjoyed being able to share the culture, history, and contributions of Black people to this country that sometimes you don't get.
Right.
I've been coming here for over 20 years now.
Okay.
And it took me a lot of years, even with my husband's family, being Black Panamanians with a background from Barbados and Jamaica. His parents' came to build the canal.
Okay.
And his parents both worked as government workers. They worked for the U.S. government for the Panama Canal. So they were like
crazy.
U.S.
Multi-generational.
retirees. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they didn't even speak Spanish until a long time, because they were raised in there in the canal. But even with that, I saw Panama as the light skin, straight Black hair, pom-pom in the middle.
Okay.
With the flowers. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about. The pom. Oh, the polletta.
You do, the polletta. And that was all I saw.
Okay.
I didn't know about the Congo dancers.
Okay.
That part part really wasn't a big story. But I'm not to toot my own horn, but Black expats in Panama, really, really, really made a difference in the community in Portobello, Colón. The Congo dancers, the businesses that are over there. Oh my goodness, we made it cool and made people believe that it might be safe to look at Colón. Okay, to go to Colón with somebody who is educated about the history of Colón, and to give you the truth.
Sure.
And then to let you make your own decisions.
Right.
As opposed to somebody just saying, don't go there, because that is what you'll get. And so mixed in with the real estate, the medical information, the looking at different parts of towns, the general history of Panama, which is very important. Okay. You get to experience the Black culture. We mix culture in every single day. Every single day of our tour.
Including the real estate days.
Yes, absolutely.
Tapa de Coco.
La Tapa de Coco, Mi Pueblito. And then even on our last day, when we go to Coronado on that last day, that farewell dinner, which you haven't been to the farewell dinner yet. The farewell dinner, we have dancers. We have Pro Folk Panama, which is amazing.
I'm coming to the next one.
Oh, yes. And they do dances that represent Black regions and backgrounds of Panamanians. So we have like 3 dances or so. And then, of course, Tio, our tour guide. I never want people to see anything without an explanation. That is why tour guides are so expensive, so important. I want you to understand, because for example, the Congo dancers, when they do the blackface in the United States is raise the hair on your arms, with the history that we have. But it's not, it's a whole different story here. It is rebellion and victory here. And so I have insisted and I demand that our people understand what they're about to see before they see it. I don't ever want you to feel that angst and, that way under my watch when I could have avoided it for you. So,
managing expectations. I like that.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, Charlotte, you are awesome.
Well, you're awesome. Wow. I think we're awesome together, pal.
For sure. No, so thank you. Yes,
I think, thank you.
For those that have not met Charlotte before, very easy to find. She is a public figure down here in Panama and will be in many other countries, if not already.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
I received that. This has been it's just so amazing. It's so amazing. And I'll say this, that I know that God has his hand in this, because everywhere I go, I get that welcome. And all these places that I've gone, I can go there today and drop in and be okay. I know I got people that, and it means a lot.
That to having a community around you, wherever you are, is so important.
Oh, yes.
Otherwise, you just feel isolated and you're like, well, why am I where I am?
Yes.
And if you are feeling that way, why am I where I am right now? You need to holler at Charlotte and get down to Panama.
Connect with us. We have Business to Business Network that meets the second Wednesday of every month. We have Welcome Wednesday. Welcome for it's just what it says, Welcome Wednesday. Everyone is welcome. We have Cafe and Conversation, and that's the 4th Sunday where we practice, speaking Spanish, and it's just try to get people more comfortable in just trying. It's not anything, sophisticated or anything like that, but also it gives you an opportunity to meet people. There's a lot of single women here. Black women, the sisters, are leading this movement. And so you have a lot of them here alone. So I do the group events, and that's all community service, guys. I don't charge for any of that, okay? And but the thing is that it gives them a safe place to build their tribe.
Sure.
And you meet people organically in safe environment, and then you make your own little.
You decide
Yes.
if you want to
Mhm.
follow
You
up
gotta-
after that.
It's a good thing. It's wonderful.
I don't know how you do it.
I love
Man,
it. I love
I know
it.
how you do it. You got grown kids already, not little kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yes. Oh, waiting for that moment. No, it's all right. We do what we can
Well,
while we're
thank
here.
you. And
Awesome.
Welcome to the team.
Yay.
Welcome to
Yeah.
the team.
Thank you,
I'm
my dear.
excited.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
See you in Panama or
Yeah.
somewhere in the world.
You. Cool.
Yes.
Killed it.